Yo! It's just Eileen right now, but there are
Woo.
other people coming. Maybe.
I am the party.
Yeah, this is enough party.
I totally didn't have the chat feed open. Hi, people.
Wow.
Look at you guys.
I don't know how to share the super chat. What the heck? Okay, here we go. Thank you, Brian Bode. I see you guys have discovered the super chat. Whoa, this is crazy.
We've made it.
Oh my God.
We've made it, guys.
Oh, we did finally get monetized after 100 years. Not that it mattered, because you get 30 cents for every video, because this isn't like a high view platform. But thank you, Brian, and thank you, Andrew. You can super chat or not. I'll just probably like put it into t-shirt fund and give away free t-shirts. I'm gonna be perfectly honest, because that's what we need to do with it. I think, because it's more important to like share the love. Thank you.
Do some spin to wins.
Yeah, anything to keep it fun and happy, because that's what we need after last week's stonk report. What's up, Richard?
That hurt, by the way. That hurt so
It
bad.
hurt me too. And y'all think I like rubbing it in your face like a dog that went wee-wee on the carpet? I don't. I would love to see those prices level out and be like flat. That'd be.
We were just living in bliss before that, though, and then it's like,
boom.
Here comes Jessica.
I'm so sorry, Marshall. What's up? Thank you for coming. Victory Lane, Chris. He says, it was my first Tinley. It was honestly great. What'd you say that? What'd you say?
I said, just tell Marshall to get on.
Oh, Marshall, do you want to come on while we wait for the other boys to come? Message me on Instagram.
Pressure.
Look, there's Shane Kelley, Small Town Xotics, sponsor. Exotic World Geckos. They said Tinley was great. Straight Blast. Oh, another super chat. What the heck?
Make fun of my Navy tracksuit.
I mean, I don't know. Yes, he is.
I'm wearing it while I eat a bowl of ice cream.
My favorite are the boys' short shorts.
The Daisy Dukes.
I love them.
Yeah.
I always, and I don't know. I know technically it can keep their scrotum enclosed, but sometimes I wonder, like, if they were nude and not wearing like boxer briefs, where would their scrotum go? These are the questions that I have.
No offense to like the Air Force guys, but every time we'd see them, they'd just be doing like leg lunges while the rest of us were running. And I don't know how
they all
well
get like
anything.
They get like a PT pass right away because they're too busy playing, hentai video games.
Speed walking is not athletics.
It's fine. We love them. Marshall says yes. Sweet.
We
like
only make fun of them because they're jealous.
They like to be made fun of, though, so it's fine.
Yeah. Well, they get to stay in hotels, so we all wish.
Yeah, I watched the Army dudes at Fort Lewis, like camping in a field. I'm like, just for fun, they're just practicing camping in a field.
Yeah, I mean, that's what anytime anybody asks what branch they should join, I say, well, do you want to stay in a metal coffin on a ship with like 80,000 other dudes? Do you want to sleep in a tent on the out in the field? Do you want to sleep in the desert? Do you want to stay in a hotel? Like the choice is yours.
Yeah, a hotel sounds good.
And yeah, straight
Marshall.
So many blueberries. I still wear.
Yeah, we're hanging out tonight. James Perry says, I had a lot of fun at Tinley. Picked up some good corn snakes and hognose. Awesome. We love that. Prices were low. He has a tracksuit in the closet. Crave said, go ahead.
Well, this is a great Tinley for people buying stuff.
Charlie's here. Jennifer's here. Camping on the beach wasn't bad except for the sand fleas.
Sand fleas are real.
And Chris says, I got way more than intended, but I'm talking $50 in a region and $100 Weird King and Colubrids. Look at that. It's a Marshall. Yay.
Hey. What's up?
Hi. Thanks for coming on. So, Marshall, did you vend or attend?
I did vend. Mm-hmm. I had a table.
Thank you for coming on then. I wanted to hear from the source, the sauce.
Oh, wait. I got some echo or something.
Uh-oh. Mm-hmm. I can put you in the back if you want privacy.
Can you hear me now?
Yeah.
No,
yeah, you're good.
Oh. No, I think I'm okay.
Okay. All right, let's talk about number of attendees. You thought it was good, bad, acceptable?
It didn't seem too bad. There was still a line down the hallway, at least at about lunchtime. But then the aisles definitely cleared up a lot after that. I don't know about you, Marshall. I saw it clear up around 2, and it stayed a little slow after that.
No, I have an echo or something. I thought it was definitely down from. Well, it's been 2 years since I did October, but it was down from spring.
Okay.
Yeah, definitely down from March.
I heard there was no parking in the parking lot. Is that true? Or what was that about?
It's a lot. I don't know. I know they added a gravel section, so there was really more parking. So I don't know.
Oh. Okay.
Maybe more people just came across from the hotels, like either walked or carpooled before. I don't know.
Right. It was on Brian Cusco's interview of Robin. Robin, they were like, this parking lot's full, and I'm like, has that always been the case, or?
I've never seen it in past years, but when I went out for lunch, I went across the street or whatever, and they actually had blocked off all the parking lots that were on the front, made people go all the way around to the back.
Oh. All right. Yeah, good tip.
I didn't go outside. I stayed in the hotel, so I just walked the hallway. But in the past, I've heard people complain about parking. I didn't hear anybody complain this year.
Yeah, same.
Charlie says the main lot was full and you had to park by the hotel.
Okay, so that's where they guided everybody back around to. I just went through that little side entrance that gets you back to the the loading dock area. I would just park back there every time. There's always spots.
Oh, the back of the hotel?
On the left side of the building, if you're looking at it, where the loading dock is.
Yeah.
A lot of times those trailers, there's spots between them that nobody looks for.
Mm-hmm. Did you get the VIP, Eileen? Like, were you there on Friday?
I had like the vendor pass, so I was there before.
Okay, so how were sales on Friday for like serious buyers or whatever?
We had a couple sales on Friday. We usually don't stick around on Friday. We normally just go out to dinner Friday night. We usually don't. We set up, we say hi to people and leave. But we made a couple like $300, $200, $300 sales.
That's pretty good
on Friday. Yeah,
how about you, Marshall?
Yeah,
I didn't sell anything on Friday. Saturday was pretty slow, but Sunday was good.
Oh, I heard that from other people too. Like the people who were serious were like not coming to get the freshest animal, but like maybe the best deal. Like, does that jive with what? Like some people were obviously getting the freshest animal because there was some nice stuff there, but that's what I heard elsewhere.
I think there were plenty of deals to be had, and it's back to pre-COVID is what it is.
Right.
Yeah, we actually did better on Saturday. Sunday, I actually thought Sunday felt a little busier than a normal Sunday, sale-wise. They were just lower prices. I think the number of sales we made was about normal. We definitely made our mark on Saturday of what we wanted to get on Saturday, and then Sunday we maybe fell short just a little bit, but not bad really. We still set our mark pretty good. Like I think we only cut back maybe 10% of what our normal mark is on a good weekend at Tinley. So we didn't lower our bar too much, and we still about hit it.
Okay. What do you think, Marshall? Do you think you did? Some people were like, I did less than, even though October's the better Tinley, they did less than March Tinley. I know you didn't vend March.
I did better than March. For sure.
Okay.
But I didn't think I saw a lot of people carrying stuff around. I always kind of judge a little bit by how many tubs or whatever people are carrying around. And I honestly didn't see much of that.
Yeah, same.
Yeah.
Not a lot of ball pythons being carried. More like lizards and a little more odd end things.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. One of the guys was down 3 or 4 tables from me that's in our little group we've been together. He had some ring pythons, and I think he sold a black dragon and just stuff that was not ball pythons. He did really well. It was either Friday or early Saturday, sold stuff. So
it was a good year for bloods. Saw a lot of bloods walking around.
Yeah, I've heard bloods have a hard time there. Like some vendors go there and sell 0.
I guess there was one big guy that was into them that was there, really popular guy, I guess, and he sold pretty well.
Did he have the T positive, T minus blood, hide blood on his table?
Yeah, and he had he had a bunch of really dark morphs too, like the almost black ones. Yeah,
I think so. No. My friend Tim didn't sell any. I don't know, but he had he brought a wrought iron something or other, and it wasn't for sale; it was for show. And he might have some golden eyes or something. I don't follow.
Was it Juggernaut?
I can't remember. I remember where the table is. I don't think
Richard Crowley.
I think it was maybe Richard. I don't think it was Juggernaut because I know Juggernaut. He may have been blood too. I saw a lot of bloods.
Chris said corns were dirt cheap this show. Is that true?
We had I think 12 on the table and we sold 1 on the literally we packed up. We put away all the receipt papers on Sunday, and on the way out the door somebody bought 1.
Yeah, corns are a hard sell. People think they're so boring, right? There's very little. It's only the pettiest pet usually who's interested in them, and then they're price is their primary motivator, and maybe it's pink or whatever. Those are the only. But I'll fix that. I'll make people think they're cool. You just wait.
I mean, the one he got was
my neighbor at Sandboas. He was doing one of those.
Right. Okay, so what price points do you think we're selling the best? Intro level breeder, flashy pet stuff, mid breeder, or only high end?
I did all 3.
Yeah.
Really?
A spread.
Yeah.
Okay, so we're all still in the market. We just don't have as much money. I think is the point there.
Yeah, the really, really cheap, we have a section that's just deli cups, and it's pretty much your $100 snakes. We didn't sell a ton of those. We sold a couple, but usually in pairs with something from a display. And we sold some double visual stuff, some stranger stuff. So I mean, we were pretty across the board.
Okay, that's good. That's reassuring. I mean, Arlington was straight dead. I could have rolled long ways down an aisle and not knocked anybody over all day Saturday, basically. And I was hoping this would have been the bellwether if we were truly fucked, and we're not. It sounds great. I'm good, and hopefully Arlington gets better. And maybe if Arlington has to downgrade to a really nice regional show, maybe that'll be better for it. You know what I mean? I don't know. What do you think, Marshall?
I talked to I have a good friend. He's a cage guy, and he said Arlington, the cage guys, it was pretty slow for him. And he was right across from me on my booth. So I got to watch his booth all the time, and in the past shows, it just dwindles down to 1 or 2 left at the end from a big end cap display. And this time he was selling stuff, but it wasn't it again, it reminded me of a pre-COVID type thing where you'd see stuff sell, but he wasn't emptying his display. So I think, I don't know. I think Arlington's still going to do well. It's the new venue will be interesting to see how that affects it, but I don't know.
Richard says you could have fired a cannon down the alley at Tinley Saturday afternoon and not hit anyone. So it sort of died.
I don't know if it was that bad.
It was never that bad, but you could at least.
That's what it was at Arlington.
You could have a stroller of kids through any aisle at that point.
Okay. Was there a vendor you thought was really clogged with people? Or a row Ball Python Alley or the Crested Gecko Alley or...
In Tinley, I think the aisles and everything gets tighter as you come and go to the left. So if you go to the right under the overhang where I'm at, it was fairly open. But when I tried to go down and catch some stuff on the far side, it's weeding through people and trying to get by, one way at a time. And it is packed so much tighter on that one side of the
we were on that side of the building. We were just barely on that side. We're right where the bend happens, where the aisles start going in weird directions. You know where the little toy store section is, the little balls that people buy with the
that's Yuki. Yeah. I can't remember his name, but yes, I know where you're at. Yeah.
Yep, we were right next to him, and the aisles kind of they were off a little bit this year, so that made a much more of a pinch point than we've ever had. It was really hard to get to to get to our table. You couldn't get through there.
What's funny about him is that before it was what he has now with all his little machines that he packs in that tight little space. It used to be nothing but little Pac-Man frogs. He used to bring thousands of Pac-Man frogs originally.
So he did originally sell reptiles.
Yeah.
And
does he do like actual imported Japanese like branded capsule thingies? Like I know he uses the machines, but does he buy like the real toys?
Yeah, most of them are I'd say like maybe half of it's anime characters and the other half is like reptile related or cute animal.
Next time y'all go, if you see there's like native snakes of Japan, a set of that, and they have like Chlamydophora one. I want one desperately, and I don't want to spend $80 for one off of eBay because somebody got it.
Oh, they're still expensive. It's they're $10 a pop.
Well,
that's how they get you, because you gotta go to the machine and buy a coin, but the coins are $5 each, and it takes 2 coins to get an animal.
That's a good scam. I should start doing that.
Just sell snakes that way. You gotta buy a token.
You say that in jest, but it would probably work because it's like about enough space for like a corn snake curled up.
Yep, that's how we'll get you.
All right. So, do you think the show composition of vendors was good, or maybe it still needed something different, diversity, or was something missing?
I thought it was great. I think for an October show, it wasn't just straight ball pythons like it normally is. There's a lot more colubrids. And of course, because snake discovery, like every other colubrid, every colubrid table and almost every other table had blue beauties and Chinese rat snakes. So
there was a lot of those. What do you think, Marshall? Do you think something was missing on the vendor side?
No, I just thought it was a pretty typical Tinley March October show, in general compared to all NERBCs. I mean, it's not a Daytona, get a lot of diversity, but I thought it was, I don't know. It seemed very similar to me, very, very, very the same.
Yeah, it felt a lot like March. There's not really a big difference. I think with how many people breed year-round ball pythons anymore, you get the same crowd at both.
Yeah. Look who it is. It's Justin from Stoneage Ball Pythons.
How's it going, everybody?
Hey. Hi. We're just chatting it up, having fun. Was there something that you were, any of you can respond to this, looking to buy there that you found and you bought it? Or was it all just surprises because it was a good deal? Or how did that go?
I found one that I wasn't really thinking about, but I went there, especially some vendors I'd seen in Daytona, stuff I didn't do in Daytona. I was looking for some stuff in Tinley, so I did buy some things there. I actually spent probably as much as I made, so thought it was pretty good.
You're doing the Lord's work, spreading your blessings.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I definitely went in looking for my house snakes, I was really surprised. I never would have thought I'd see a Tinley where you couldn't even find a house snake. There was 3 in the entire show. Two of them, and 2 of them were being sold by Kicks Balls or Fred Kicks. So it's like distributor with all the little deli cups and the netting, and so I'm like, okay. And then I found one breeder that he does he's a small breeder. He works with odds and ends, and he does health testing on the front end and checks for, gut parasites and stuff like that. So I'm like, cool. And he had one.
It's actually a big problem in African house snakes, them getting worms.
Yeah.
Bad. So dying from worms.
Yeah.
Oh, Richard says that Eric at ECW had a bunch You missed out.
I missed it.
Maybe
I did
message
like this
Eric.
speed run. Like I was like literally like running up and down the aisles glancing. And I saw the one because a lady had it out and I thought she was gonna buy it. It was $100. A super cheap female, 4 years old. And I came back around and she had put it back and I snatched it.
It was just like a normal brown one, or she had a black one, or a Kenyan red, or
you mean ECW? I'd have to go down and see what ECW has on their site. Yeah, I didn't even see their table. But
Justin.
yeah, he only had the brown.
Yeah, Justin, what did you buy? Did you buy anything, or did you get tricked into anything?
And I didn't buy anything.
What?
It was hard. But no, I didn't get it. I'm really I'm looking for a specific ball python for a project. I found it, but Canova didn't want to sell it.
Oh man. So was that your goal, was to find only things that fit your projects and were perfect? I'm assuming, because you didn't buy anything else. But
well, my goal for the show is just to have a good time and meet everybody that I've been interacting with for the last few years, and just like it was four local Pacific Northwest breeders. We all went together, took our wives, and we made a 6-day trip of it. Did the show and then did sightseeing stuff. I didn't have my mind made up that I was going to buy anything. I was just going to enjoy and look and see what's out there. And there was a lot of cool stuff at the show for sure.
Is there anything like that you remember that you want to shout out the producer and what the animal was? Or maybe I can look at it up on Instagram that you thought was special.
Yeah, so I went to Brad Boa's table. They had the Sunset Clown Pie, which was really cool. And
that's on his Instagram.
Second.
Talk about how awesome it was and how much you love it.
He had the sunset spot nose calico too. That was pretty cool.
Yeah, he had some really cool stuff. So the snake I wanted to buy from the snake I'm looking for is like a black pastel DG Clown hypo. Justin had a black pastel GG Clown hypo triple visual, and it was
how much was that?
It was the only one. I'm not sure, but it was marked not for sale.
What's the Justin Buddy price? Kidney?
Yeah.
Firstborn child?
Both kidneys.
Marshall, do you want to reveal what you bought, or is it a secret?
Yeah, I mean, I bought. I really, right now it's so value priced to buy doubles and triples and heads of that. I just been investing in that stuff to build, a better collection. If it's all females, usually a visual with a head or a visual with a double head type thing in it, all females. And then I bought a sunset het clown. No, a clown het sunset male to breed.
Also from Brad Boa, or
no, that was from Brock. Yeah,
okay.
Brock has great stuff, so I brought that from him.
I like this. I think this is fun. I'm not like a big Pied stan, so you know me, but it's cool looking. I saw it in the egg a while ago. Did this one have a price tag? No.
Not for that.
Andrew, he is being a real team player. Thank you for the $2 super chat. I don't know why you're so nice to me. Buy some corn snakes. That's pretty nice. Some more corn snakes. Also, Mike's Myers says hi to Justin. Did you get to meet Mike?
I was able to meet Mike for the first time at the show too.
Well, how was that? Did you get to go drinking?
Great.
Carrying on?
No, I just met him at the show. I didn't go out drinking with him or nothing. But he was like right about to start an interview and took the time out to say hi to me, and it was good to finally meet him. Been listening to podcasts he's been on for a while.
He's very nice. We love Mike. Kristen Smith says she thinks she may have been the person with the house snake at that moment. So that's funny. And then you bought it anyway. So you'll have to be, sister wives over this house snake. So that's pretty cool.
Well, I also had picked up that the Fire Stranger Het Clown, but I paid for him over summer. I just picked him up at Tinley, and somebody that I know had won the Fire Stranger Leopard at the auction that we put up. So it's like, hey, we're like bonded by half siblings.
Who'd you buy oh look, thank you, Kristen. Thank you.
It was from Conley.
Were there a lot? So you bought something you were picking up there. It felt like that was a trend in Arlington a little bit. Was like pre-sales were paying for the show, sort of. Did that happen for Marshall or Eileen, where like pre-sales really helped?
I think I was the only pre-sale for. We had one that we had marked off and set off to the side, but I don't know if they ever picked up. I think it was one that was a sale that was made back home that we pulled off.
Right, Marshall.
I didn't have any pre-sales. It's all fresh to the show.
Okay. So it was still good even without pre-sales.
Yeah, I made sure that
normally I get some repeat customers, and I didn't see them, but all mine were like people I'd never sold to before. So
I made my last payment. I made sure I gave it to him at Tinley so it could count towards Tinley sales.
Lisa asked, how much were they asking for ring pythons at the show? Do you remember?
I thought they were $1,200. I'm trying. He had them in Daytona too, and I can't. $1,200, so it's sticking in my mind, and I don't know if that's a pair or what the deal was, but I don't remember.
Shannon said they contacted Brock about one of those two clown head sunsets, but Marshall bought it first. So did the other one sell? Because there one left?
Yeah, he sold it. Actually, I think Brock had a pretty good show. He had a lot of empty tubs.
Is that because of sunset or because of monsoon or because of both?
I think it's both, actually. A lot of sunset, either sunset head or something, head sunset did really well for him. And I'm pretty sure he sold a monsoon or two and stuff. So, not speaking for Brock, but I think he did well. And Brock typically does well. So,
I would love to sell one sunset or one monsoon. Andrew asked, were there any captive bred Viper boa vendors?
No idea.
I don't know about captive bred, but I did see Viper. I did see plenty of Vipers there. But they were always on like the little distributor tables, so I'm not sure.
Was Stygian Exotics vending? Does anybody know?
Don't know the name.
I don't know. Y'all are being... You're going to make me blush.
That's super nice.
Okay. Thanks you. Life Exotics.
No.
I'll send you a t-shirt if you send me a DM. Okay. Because that's $20. That's too much. Too rich for my blood. I'm sorry. I'm getting
He's a cool guy. I met him at the show.
Cartwright says Stygian was not. But if they have them, if you want them. She's very cool. And she takes care of her snakes. Good. All right. So... Stoneage, you were free to roam around and do whatever you want. What was like the coolest place to hang out, in your opinion, while you were roaming? What was like the happen and joint? Whose table like was all the cool deals being done in front of, or whatever?
I'd probably have to say the most traffic was either in front of Mike's Monitors or Cano, which were pretty similar. It's a big show. It wasn't as like the building wasn't as big as I thought it was going to be. Mm-hmm. But I didn't make it through 3/4 of the show the first day, and I was there from open to close. Like you go 50 feet, you stop and talk to somebody. You look like it was the interaction with the breeders and the other patrons or whatever of the show. Like, I think that was the coolest part about it.
So there was your first Tinley?
Yeah, first Tinley. Awesome. We went to Arlington last fall. I go with it's a group of Pacific Northwest breeders. We have like a chat group called the Wolf Pack. But I went with Oregon Exotic Balls, Cue Ball Morphs, and Rip City Reptiles. And we all brought our wives, and it was a good time for sure.
Did you get an Airbnb?
Yeah, oh yeah. We had a really nice house in like South Chicago, just south of Chicago Heights. It was had a hot tub and 5 rooms and a game room and pool table, and yeah, we had a fun weekend.
So would you want to do an Airbnb again, or do you like the convenience of the hotel and just walking down or stumbling drunkenly back up or whatever it takes, Right.
We had a couple of DDs, and I really did like the house. Just getting that separation, able to just go do whatever we want. Mm-hmm. our plan is to go to Daytona last year, and I've heard a lot of talk about Daytona, and being at the hotel of Daytona is like where it's at. So I think we'll switch it up and do the hotel there on the beach. But yeah, Airbnb. There's just so much to do in Chicago and we were like 20 minutes away. It wasn't too far. It was cheap.
What do you think, Marshall? Do you think he should Daytona hotel instead of Daytona Airbnb?
Yeah, I mean, there's always, if you want to, I mean, Tinley's still pretty active. There's a restaurant bar in the hotel that a lot of people go to and hang out and chat and stuff, and a lot of talking. And I think Daytona is similar like that. Yeah, I've never done that because I'm always either vending, and it's just inconvenient to stay off site, really. So I always try to stay as close as possible. But yeah, I mean, the beach is right there too. I mean, maybe get an Airbnb right on the beach, and then it'd be just, you get the best of both worlds. I don't know. Yeah.
All right, Shannon asked Marshall, Daytona or Tinley? I'm assuming you couldn't do both. Which one would you pick?
Well, I've done both for the past 10 years. I mean, if I man, that's a really tough question. I always preface that when people ask me where to go, I always say that you pick the two. I would say, if I was more interested in just the snakes and stuff, probably Tinley. But my family's come with me to Chicago, and they went and did, downtown and the buildings and all that kind of stuff, and ate the food and stuff downtown. And we've also done Daytona, and they've hung out on the beach and had a good time there too. So I've always said Daytona is the most diverse show, and Tinley is the most, probably the show, but it's pretty ball python heavy. You don't see the unique stuff. I don't think there's much unique stuff. Although I don't really have a big eye for it. I'm a ball python guy. So.
All right, Justin, you're the only person who can answer this question in the room right now. Is Tinley smaller than Pac Noir's Puyallup?
It seems like it, yeah.
Okay. Like, you've been to Arlington too, and I was like, why is it so small?
Yeah.
It's weird. And I know, Jeff's aisles are huge, whatever, right? Like, huge. Like, you could drive 4 cars through them, but I always assumed it was bigger.
I still petition they move it to Indianapolis. You can sell whatever you want in Indiana. They don't hog noses everything.
Okay.
I have to say goodbye. I got to go catch my daughter cheer at a football game. So.
Okay. Thank you for coming on.
Yeah. That's always
appreciate it.
Thank you so much. All right, guys. See you later.
Bye.
Bye.
All right. Thank you, Marshall. Always the best.
Hey, I saw a comment earlier. Somebody said they were from Portland and went to Tinley. I didn't realize anybody else local to me went. I just wanted.
Was it Amy?
Yeah.
Yeah. Maybe there should be like a P&W, I don't know, meetup group like outside of the wolf pack, because there are probably other people you don't even realize. It's such like a big, long metro area, millions of people.
Yeah. Yeah. Absolutely.
Is there channel membership? Right now, there isn't. But the only way I would turn it on is if I could do something for you that would not take a lot of extra time to be worth it to be a member. Like a live stream where I go through Morph Market and just complain about stuff in like a private video. That would be the only way a membership is going to happen. Because there's already a Discord and it's free. So what else would I give you? More content? I don't think so. I don't think I asked you, Justin. Was there anything you wanted to see there that you did not see there? Either animal or vendor or supply or something?
I was looking. I've been trying to get into crocodile skinks, and I was hoping to see like more geckos and lizards and stuff there. It was Marshall said earlier, it was really ball python heavy for sure.
Mm-hmm. I heard the Crescent Echo people do their own little thing in their own little section, but they're almost like they're the ball pythons of geckos. Like they will keep other New Caledonian stuff, but they like are sometimes snobby about other geckos then, and they'll just do New Caledonians. Then like they might want crocodile skinks, but going out of their way to bring 20 to the show. So I can imagine
You just
it
gotta
might be hard.
Get friendly with Mike. Doesn't Mike have croc skinks? Or no, it's Lone Star. Lone Star.
Yeah, I talked to him in Arlington last year about them and how I'm gonna set up my. It's been probably a year process of me trying to figure out crocodile skinks and find the right pair and or group or whatever.
Amy asked Justin. Go ahead.
Oh, I was gonna say I want to get those prehensile tail skinks, but you never see those very often. So
yeah, not at all. Of course. I'm at every Pac Northwest show. If I don't have my own table, I've been with Cue Ball Morphs. It's one of my good buddies.
Mm-hmm. I saw him on Proper the other night. I'm glad he got out and about.
Yeah,
and they were friends. That's fun.
Adam was there. He'd been to Tinley, and finally got to meet him. And Chris, I think he's going to be on later. He was
snuck in, very sneaky,
helping Ben. It was cool to run into him.
Would you ever want to vend it? I think I asked you this last time, but would you ever want to vend Tinley and like ship in snakes and negotiate for like a corner of somebody's table just so you could put a display up, or is that too much?
Nah, too much. If I can sell at local shows, no problem. So I don't produce. I'm not a big breeder. I don't produce a ton, so I don't. I mean, maybe in the future I'd go. It's the #1 ball python expo in the country, right? Mm-hmm. It might be good for me to go and vend one time, but I don't foresee it in my future. I just like to go to those big shows and have fun and not be stressed out and up for 36 hours and I just drove 22 hours or whatever. Like,
oh my God. Some of those poor people, they look brain damaged, no offense. Because they're like, I don't know how to type. And I'm like, how did you drive home safely? And I'm guessing like lane assist and cruise control did most of the driving home at that point. Because I don't know.
Yeah, I was talking to different vendors and as I was going, and the majority of them were like 18 to 22 hours, but the furthest I had talked to was like 28-hour drive to get to Tinley.
Right. It's crazy. Mike Swanner says he picked up Gastrolophus praesina. Is that the keel belly lizards?
He's got a picture up on his Instagram. They're really cool. They glow like neon green.
I like it when they're blue. Or blue, like teal blue or whatever. I don't know if it's like hormonal or temperature, but
yeah, I think they phase, right, Mike? Don't they go through phases?
Chime in. I think they're awesome. They're like little green monitors, but just littler, so they're like more easy to be like, here's your tiny dinosaur pet person. Like it's not that bad.
That sounds intriguing.
That's a cool pickup. They remind me of like the Japanese longtail, which are just harder to get. They look basically the same. Mike Spawners. Let's look at Mike's Instagram. Is there anything so Eileen, are you gonna be trying to vend more colubrids or weird stuff to match the weird market right now, or
that's the hope? I mean, there's a couple different species of house snake I want to get. I kind of want to get all of them now. I don't know.
You like the Namibian bug eye ones?
I do. I love them. Their faces are like that big.
They're so funny.
Their eyes take up half of their face. There they are. Isn't that cool?
I love them, and I love the size. It like looks cool dinosaur, but it's a 4x2x2 is like great for a pair or whatever. Yeah, but they look like a monitor. Congrats, Mike. Great pickup. Oh, Lord. Thank you, Jennifer. Y'all need to stop it. I'm going to leave from embarrassment. I turned it on so somebody really was like, oh, thank you. I don't know why. Maybe I should turn it off. No, I appreciate it. Thank you. Don't feel like you have to. I'll give away free t-shirts. I promise.
Make up for all the sick deals that we do on the auctions.
Sick deals. I like sick deals though. Sometimes I'm like, I've taken this snake to 5 shows.
Mhm.
It's time for your sick deal, buddy. And then, you're like a normal human that I trust. Like instead of me slopping it on Craigslist.
We could do a rapid fire auction where somebody just like, here's the snake, here's the price. First one that says they want it, gone.
Yeah.
Lightning round.
Yeah, I hope people still like them and aren't like weird about it because I like having them there. If I'm ever like, I got too many. Although Morph Market's definitely picking up. What do y'all think about that concept? Have you been trying stuff? Justin, you don't have anything up, do you?
I've been sold out for a few months.
Oh, I've been sold out. What a humble brag.
I remember feeling
I have 20 babies that just all hatch and shed, and I've had a couple meals, and I have 10 more eggs in the incubator. So I'll have a good group, not for Pac Northwest, but for the January show. I should have a good chunk for sale. That's really what funding my future projects is the stuff I didn't hold back from my clown pied clutch and my other clown head pie.
That used to be my process. Is I would always like, I'd make X number of clutches and I'd sell it half of the year, and I wouldn't have to do a show for half a year, and I loved it. Now I upped my production, and now I have a bunch of animals. So
now you do that. Now you have to do every show.
Now I have to do shows.
I don't
those even if I don't have stuff for sale. Like I just enjoy going and talking to people and seeing what everybody else has. But yeah, I'm super picky of what I buy though. Super picky.
For this last show, I made these like it's like a checklist for things you need to buy if you're a new ball python owner for all the pet people. I'll just have a table and hand those out.
No, that cool. Sounds more fun than like slopping snakes to shows and then like being like, oh, they all got mites now, and I have to sanitize my shoes. And I don't know how you all do it, but I have to like get naked in the garage and Pam my shoes in the garage, and then my child is like, why is mommy naked? And run to the shower. It's like a whole ordeal. Oh my God, y'all need to stop it. Banana Amour, thank you for the 20. Maybe I need to show some cleavage. I don't know. I feel like something's got to get paid back here.
We need to earn this money somehow.
I know. I'm not wearing the right shirt. I'm wearing like the Pangea Pride shirt.
Like we just got monetized.
That's all you got. And it's gone.
And it's gone.
Whatever it takes to keep the paying customer happy. Okay.
If Banana Amour, they just got some house snakes, I believe, from the house snake morphs people.
Mm-hmm.
And they have really that's where I want to get my Kenyan Reds from, but they're always sold out. So I guess I need to email them and get on a wish list or something.
That's April Linkfield, correct?
That sounds right.
That's what I was trying to get on. I'll just be honest. But like our schedules kept not working out, and she's like, I'm moving. And I'm like, okay, I'll get you later.
That's good to
like
know.
She has some good stories about like flukes, because she actually contracted flukes from her house snakes.
Oh wow.
And was infected with lung flukes. And I'm like, gross story. Tell it on the live. It's gonna be super gross. Chris,
spray some permethrin in there. It's good.
Yeah, she had to go get
dewormed.
Yeah, so if you're dealing with wild caught stuff, be careful not to accidentally like inhale eggs or whatever, because you can just from like dust from like dry poop. Yeah, I brought the party way down. Bring the boobs back out.
File snakes are technically house snakes. Someone said they catch flukes from file snakes. I'm pretty sure they're the same, aren't they? Isn't file snake just a like in the same genus or whatever? I know they get called under the umbrella house snake because it covers
I believe you
a whole bunch.
So I don't want to say I know.
Yeah, every time I see them listed, they're always listed under house snakes. I'm pretty sure that's right.
There's a lot of weird worms that get into snakes. Like in North America, for example, there are native pentastomes and other weird stuff that is a lung fluke or a liver fluke or whatever, that its terminal species is a snake. So like there's some that are just for hognose, that their intermediate host is a toad, and they have to get into a toad and they have to get into a hognose. Otherwise the species goes extinct. So it's any wild caught should be wormed, and you also don't lick them. Like those two things are true universally, I think.
I like all of them as they come in.
Are you sure? That's how you sex them. If the cloacas taste like cherry lipstick, you know it's a girl.
That's what they mean when they say cloacal swab. It's
yeah, there's no hugs here. Stop it. Never.
That's like science. It's like all the different ologies or whether, licking is involved.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes you have to lick the science.
Yeah, like in geology. Oh, Lord.
Yeah, that's where the science licks you.
Yeah, there's definitely a process to a post show. Trying to come down and chat. Are foul snakes roofing venomous? I don't know the answer to that question. That's why April should come on. If you all want to trick her into like passive aggressively trick her into making a schedule, because she does foul snakes too. Marissa's here. What's up? All right, Chris is backstage. You were there, and then you were gone. There he is. We found him.
Hey, sorry, I'm here.
What up, man?
What's going on, Justin? How are you, man?
Good. Home
Justin.
and back to work.
Yeah.
We're here.
Yeah, you were.
The dream team has been assembled.
How was your evening, Jessica? I've been listening.
I think you all get it, right? Like your life's hectic. You have White Star people message you on Morph Market, and they have the stupidest questions on the earth, and you're like, "I love you." And my husband's like, "Give me your phone. I'm gonna DM him." I'm like, "No," because he's gonna be like, "Fuck you. You can't have an Instagram video of a corn snake that costs $40."
It's not good for business.
No, you got to keep all that inside. I love everybody. So I've been like doing a lot of sales on Morph Market, but it sucks all the time out of your life.
Yeah, it's definitely a lot more not challenging, but definitely got to work a lot harder now to sell. Definitely.
Yeah, you got to teach them everything. Where's your ship center? You check and see they've only logged in 2 times. You're like, damn, here we go again.
I love the ones that are like, yeah, PayPal me an invoice. Here's my hub. Here's my name, my email, my phone number. And I'm like, oh.
Yeah, I'm like this close to doing a couple of YouTube videos that are like SEO optimized, like how to buy a ball python on Morph Market. And it's just like literally how you should construct your message. And it's for a new person, not for whatever. Just so they were like, oh, that's what I was supposed to do. Not be like, can I have 10 to 20 pictures, which I normally don't complain about, but they'll ask for it even if there's like 5 pictures in different lighting. And I'm like, which part of their butthole do you need a picture of? Because you have every possible angle.
That's a great idea. Like ball python, like how do you go about it online?
If Darian's listening, just tell him to have that as a contact form, like as message, like your nearest hub zip code or whatever.
Yeah, he could definitely auto-generate it from their zip code because they have their zip code if they completed their buyer profile.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yep.
Oh my god. I can't show my cooter. I will be banned.
That's awesome.
I don't know how much more body to show.
Your feet.
Okay. Just the tip, though.
Oh, no.
I can't get it high enough. Just the nubbins. That's all you get for your spank bang.
That's about $20 worth of toes.
Yeah, easy. If you want the full foot, you gotta. You don't get them. Sorry. All right, Chris. You danced for money at Tinley. How does that make you feel? You did.
I felt a little bit used, but other than that, it was great.
Do you want to work at the Golden Dragon?
I was about to say I brought my dollars. I can see that.
It was only what was it? Only in the live chats.
Yeah. How did you feel it went? We sort of went over that a little bit, but
I think it was definitely interesting. I feel like to go from I found out the night before that I was bringing animals.
Surprise!
So, yeah, I know, right? So I'm trying to clean my whole collection, and then it's like, yeah, throw a case together, Chris, bring it out. I'm like, all right. Mm-hmm. But no, I'm grateful because it was definitely an experience. I mean, it's just like vending any other show, but instead of having Dirty Fred Kick or somebody else walk by your table, you have awesome character Meyer walk by. You have, just legends walk by your table, Cusco, and being right there with Redline, everybody was there, man. So like, it was definitely starstruck moment. And then we lucked out because somebody didn't show up on, well, I'm sure you heard the story. Bio Dude got shafted. So on Sunday, those tables were given to Redline, but none of the team wanted to move all their stuff because they were already set up out in the entranceway where you walk in. So me and Adam were like, he offered it to Adam, and we were like, yep. So we jumped right on that first thing Sunday morning, and we were right in front of the door, right across from Timberline.
Yeah, I saw you guys move.
Yeah, so we moved, and then another gecko guy moved that was all the way down, like around the corner. I don't know if that's where you were at, all the way in that corner there. Well, it was real tight. The aisles are real skinny. Back where Cold Blooded Cafe was. I think Mike was back there.
Yeah, we were back where those I was telling these guys, back where where the toys were, little toy machines. That's where we were, at the pinch point.
Okay.
Did you grab extra back scratchers before you left Redline over there?
Did we get any extras?
Yeah.
No, I'm getting a whole grip.
Things.
Yeah, I'm getting a whole grip of stuff. I'm going to start moving the Redline Science tools too now. Nice. So I'm going to rep them as well now. Yeah, but it was great. Yeah, those tools are nice. They have they got a couple new tub scrapers that are really nice. One with a real clean straight edge that works great for the displays. You can really get in the corners and clean the acrylic out nice. So
is it a big flat one, like a
super
big
sticker,
line?
Adam? Sorry, Adam, I can't see the super sticker though. So if someone is on YouTube, because StreamYard won't let it show, but I bet it's really funny and interesting. Also, slippery dicks from Andrew.
Woo!
That's my favorite kind of dick.
I got to see those in Belize. It was really cool.
Aren't they fun?
I touched slippery dicks.
Yeah, it's facts. It's not even. It's for kids.
It's not that bad.
Lots of boobies.
All right, Chris.
Right.
What picture office was the most poppin'? Like that people were either interested in the most or actually bought the most. You could like go for either of those directions.
Oh, geez. Probably the albino northern pines were the most eye-catchy. Those and the southern leucistics. People were always like, put the brakes on and stop and look at them. I had a personal, just a personal guy come by and was looking at them, and he wanted to trade me some. I want to say they were like Santa Cruz, or they were some crazy weird locale gopher snakes, and I don't know, I just wasn't feeling it. So I was like, yeah, I think I'm going to hold off. I have other things that are more important right now. And
so they were like Baja Cape.
Nah, they weren't. No, they weren't the Baja Capes, the real pretty ones. Nah, I probably would have got them then.
Pretty fun. I'd buy them.
So I'm like, I'm going to hold off. And then he was like, all right, well, I'm still going to buy that pair. And I was like, whoo. Like, thank God I didn't trade him. He was actually, even going to buy him anyway. So he ended up buying a pair of albino northerns. And then later on, what's his face? I think it was Snakes at Sunset. I think he came around and he was like, I want this one, this one, this one, this one, and that one. And then he took like 5 or 6. He took a pair of Lucy's, a pair of Longtails, all the albino pines I had. I think that's about it.
I have a dumb question. Was he trying to like put a wholesale package together, or
he was trying to? I gave him a little bit of a break, but I didn't back off too hard because that's all I brought. I only brought a pair of leucistics. I brought a pair of longicatas, but then I brought like 6 bull snakes. Well, till I got halfway out there did I realize that I can't sell them because I don't have the permit. So I was like, crap.
Right.
So I only had a dozen to sell, and I sold 7. So that's all right. It paid for the trip twofold, so I'm not worried about it. So, going from the night before to just a vacation and spending money, I actually made money. So it all worked out. It was a great experience.
Was Saturday better for you than Sunday, or was okay?
Yeah. I didn't sell anything on Sunday. Saturday is when all those animals moved. And then Sunday, I just kind of, kicked it with Justin for a while. And we talked with Wayne and everybody came through. We just got lots of pictures and just, intermingled with the crowd and networked.
Richard said he admired your albino pines and then forgot to introduce himself.
Oh.
So there he
Creative
is.
Corpulus.
It's
All right.
Richard.
Well, we might be there in the spring, so definitely stop by.
Oh, it was a wiener and a peach innuendo. Thank you, Adam. I love wieners and peaches.
They can go good together.
Beautiful. Thank you. You didn't sell the Logicata?
Yeah, I sold the pair.
Okay, good.
Yep, they went. Yep. I didn't, I tried to get around. Look, we walked around a lot Friday because basically setup was one case for me. So I was set up in 5 minutes. Adam was like, banner, the light, the camera, like he had everything going. So I was like, well, I'll be back. So we walked around for a while, but half the vendors weren't there Friday, at 2:00 in the afternoon.
Mm-hmm.
So we got to see a lot, but I didn't get to walk fully through the show Saturday or Sunday. I just spent most of the time around the table and kind of stayed within a couple blocks. I went up and hung out with Ken from Primal Scales, talked to him for a little while, and then just kicked it with a bunch of people in that little alley there. Like Lord was there, Austin, all them guys. So it was cool seeing them again from Daytona, but didn't really get the shot much. There was a lot of crazy colubrids though. There was. You would have loved it.
Good. All right. Does anybody want to explain the Illinois permit system that knows it? Because I know it, but I want you to explain it.
Anything endemic. So hoggies, bull snakes. There's a huge list. It's probably right on their Fish and Game website.
Have you ever applied?
No, but I'm gonna get the permit for me and Adam. So that way, if one of us can't go, at least I can ship him my snakes, or he can ship me his if he can't make it. If we're going in spring, if it, what's worth it. That way, if at least if we have a table, we can have the species variety to keep us on the list, so to speak.
Well, Shane did his because he's doing Western hognoses, obviously. I don't know if it's obvious or not, but he said you have to get a vet certificate and then pre-tell them the exact number that are going. So you have to know in advance.
Okay.
And then take the ID of a person if they live out of state and write that down. And then if they live in the state, you have to confirm that they own a state possession pet permit.
Oh,
so it's
really?
actually somewhat complicated. But if you're willing to do it, you're in. Right?
Yeah. Oh, I didn't know that part. I didn't know I had to babysit the people that were buying it too.
Right. You have to make sure they're not, illegal strippers from the Golden Dragon that escaped, unacceptable.
Those are the best kind.
Right.
Huh. Interesting. So I'll look into it.
Highvis says,
hey, Jennifer.
Other multi-species vendors had shitty setups, nasty, gross, crypto riddled. So I might have added something there, but your stuff was good and your setup looked very professional. So that's high praise. I have to kill my dog. So talk amongst yourselves. 1 second.
Don't choke him out. Well, thanks, Jen. I appreciate that. It was great meeting you down there. Who did any of y'all meet that you were really wanted to meet or were surprised that you saw there?
Briefly met Darian. He came by the table. I didn't know who he was when he came by, but I was told afterwards, and I didn't know how young he was.
Yeah, he looks young, doesn't he?
He's 30 though.
Wow.
Caleb?
Darian.
Dare Bear.
Oh, Dare Bear.
He spent a lot of money at the auction though, so kudos.
Yeah. The auction was pretty good.
All right, tell people who maybe don't know what the auction is and does, and then maybe a little teaser if they want to come to the next one.
They sell wieners.
Wow.
And butts.
Slippery ones.
And they have weddings.
Well, you have to make them slippery yourself. They don't come pre-slippery.
That's right. Oh, somebody's coming on to you in chat.
There's my boy.
Mm-hmm.
Tyler.
Was he there?
Tyler was one of the guys that flew out there with me.
Nice.
Ball Labs asked if there was any coxie there.
I assume you mean bamboo rat snakes.
Yeah.
Coxie locale. There were some. I can't remember. Usually Zirkle has some. I can't remember if there were any on his table this year, but I did see some. I just didn't see any of the other locale rat snakes. Usually I see more.
Mhm.
The Coxie have kind of become the most popular one somehow.
I like them. Broadbanded better.
I like
even
the
though they don't
broadband.
grow up better.
I was a big fan of the Coxies when I got into them. That's the ones that I got. But after I decided not to do them because I don't like having a snake that I never get to see.
What do you mean? You don't want to never interact with it?
Yeah.
Great.
Yeah. I had to dig it out to see if it was still alive. Throw food in there, and it just gets pulled under. Yeah.
It's like having a pet graboid. It's wild.
It's exactly what it is. I mean, it's cool, but still. But yeah, I like the bandits better now. I've matured.
Nice. There was a guy in the back row selling a adult breeder pair of the Taiwanese beauties, and oh man, they looked so beautiful. I had to walk away. Like I was so tempted with having these
snakes.
Yeah, they were huge. Then there was another guy in the middle of the row that had some really, really strange. He had like, I think they were the Vietnamese. Do they have like albinos?
They do. Yeah.
Okay.
Maybe
that was Chinese beauties, or they have like the most morphs.
Oh, that's what he had. He had some Chinese beauties, but there was a couple morphs on his table. But he had a pretty nice selection, and I caught myself just getting in a daze looking at him. I had to keep walking because I was like, no.
I saw a lot of king rat snakes
there.
They're pretty neat.
Yeah, they get really big too, right?
Yeah.
Now,
I want to pair them, but
do they eat other snakes too? Because they're king rats.
I think it's just because they're big and they stink.
And I think it's the way their heads look, because they kind of have that very like
a golden crown of speckles.
Yeah, they got the on them. They have like a cobra head.
All right, I have a question, burning question in my heart. Vin was there, and so what did he have on his table? Did anybody like stop by, see what was up?
I met Vin before at White Plains a while ago, and he just seemed real snotty when I was talking to him. So I usually don't talk much to him, but he had his normal stuff. He had his red dragons and stuff like that, but I didn't see anything that was like, "Ooh, I got to look at this."
Okay,
just seemed like the norms.
I think Finn. This is my understanding, secondhand experience. He seems snotty, but then he's actually like really nice. He just has like resting bitch face or something.
Oh yeah, I talked to him for about a half hour after he was abrasive. I still talked to him for half hour for minutes about boas.
He just needs to go to Golden Dragon and look stuff. What the heck? All right, chat. You're still popping off. Any other questions?
I didn't get to see the Bolins. I was a little upset about that.
Who had that one?
Somebody had a nice size one there.
I heard there was one, but I didn't see it.
Yeah, it was like 5 or 6 foot long. It was a nice size. What do you say? Somebody said.
Did you like the melanistic Jansenii? I like that they're really shiny. That's fun of them. Did you get to see it?
I did not.
Looks like every other all black snake. No offense. I like black snakes. So.
Oh, maybe I did.
Somebody had it on their. I think it was Chris had it on his. Shots fired.
There it was. That's what I was looking for.
All right. I asked the other people this, but Chris, what ball python did you want to buy or could have bought or wanted to find if you found it? Would you have bought?
Oh man, to be brutally quite honest with you, none. I really didn't have.
There's gotta be something at Tinley that if you're you saw it and you had the money, you'd be like,
Okay, well, I didn't have anything in my mind or in my heart, my vision that I wanted to buy ball python wise. But had I stumbled across a nice puzzle combo, I would have picked it up. It had to have been het something, or tri-stripe. It would have had to have been a nice either visual hypo het tri or tri het hypo or vice versa with puzzle. But I didn't, like I said, I didn't really diz around and look for much.
There was some cool. Cue Ball bought it all.
Yeah, I heard his list that he bought. Steven picked up a nice one too. from Leviathan.
Yeah.
Yeah, the Het Sunset one. That was pretty sweet.
Pride and Joy asks, what or if were there any cool Dre Marcon for sale?
Like I said, I didn't look too hard for them. I'm sure there was some there, but I did not price any or even look. I was just so caught up in the moment.
Justin, did you notice any?
I'm not familiar with those.
Like Crebos or
Indigos,
Indigos?
Easterns, or
a lot of
Texas.
blacktails.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
A number of people with blacktail. I know. What's his name? Snake something. He. There's a guy on the end of the table. He had a bunch of them. They're really popular this year.
Well, I've said there was a table full of killer trucks. Do you remember the name? Was it
I remember the table.
Colorado Cold-Blooded or whatever that guy's name is? He has hypo tries.
There was a couple racks of tries for sure.
Yeah.
I wanted like a really nice male try because mine, he's fine, but I don't want him for certain pairings. Like I want to make stranger het tries, but I'm scared I can't tell the difference in pin between stranger and chocolate. So I need a try that's not pin.
Yeah.
So it's a little bit of a mess for me because I don't really want what's on Morph Market. It's not like interesting enough to spend a couple thousand on.
Is it Schrader? Schrader that has all the tries? Josh Schrader? Does that sound familiar?
Chat, chime in. I have no idea.
Yeah.
So let's go back to the auction. I kind of got distracted by the talk of dicks. What was your favorite, funniest lot that is as not safe for work as you want it to be?
They did an auction for Chris Eaton where they auctioned off a single leg with ass attached.
A mannequin.
And the thing about that is Justin bought it, and it was just so funny watching Justin carry around this ass with a thong.
It was the best thing watching him walk out with that.
He walked out of the auction with it. I was like,
oh, he was so proud.
Will says Corey Heft. Does that sound familiar?
Corey Heft.
That's the tri-stripe guy.
What's up, Will?
Colorado Cold-Bloods. Or Zach Schrader.
Colorado Cold-Bloods. All right. Zach Schrader. That's it, Zach. I know he has tri-stripes, but I'm not sure if he was there.
Mm-hmm.
That was funny, though. It was like the walk of shame with that leg.
Yeah, he had
my sticker was there on the ass.
Well, the other missing leg was sold at Arlington's auction. So from the same mannequin. So like you can actually make a whole human again if you were so
made him.
Right.
There wasn't anything really too dirty at this one. There was a couple like penis sip cups, but
it was more wholesome than they usually are. Adeline Robinson got married.
Oh yeah.
So that happened. She came into the Jurassic Park theme.
That's fun. Great. Tell me her like wedding arch was
no wedding arch.
But it would have been cool if it was like the doors and she had some tiki torches going.
That would have been wild.
Yeah, second wedding, she'll have to do that. Justin, did you go to the auction or did you go back to your Okay.
Yeah, no, I stayed for the auction and the food.
But you didn't bid on like the silent auction or anything?
I went and looked around, but I didn't find anything I wanted.
Yeah, I bid on a couple enclosures, but once I got up to like market value.
Yeah, I was like, I don't know what we were doing. We were talking at the table, or I was waving to somebody, and my wife's like, "Would you stop raising your hand?" I was like, I don't know, a couple of drinks deep, so I'm having a good old time, The kid's up in the air. I'm like bidding the kid. She's like, "Put him down."
I'd have been fine. Darian would outbid you. He was bidding on everything.
Yeah.
And then Friday night they did.
Oh, that was fun.
Antoine put on like a grappling match. Breeders versus.
Yeah, I missed that.
I missed it, but I was there like trying to get in, but I didn't have cash to pay for the ticket, and then my whole group wanted to leave.
It's on YouTube.
Is it?
If you want to watch it.
Yeah,
Antoine's page.
Yeah, High Deserts.
Yeah, High Desert Pythons.
But like John Feely was trying to discuss the match while holding the camera because Antoine was actually officiating, so it's actually really funny for that reason. But if you want the highlights, you can sort of skip around the fights that way.
I was waiting to have a special auction for somebody broke their arm during the match or something.
What? I must have missed that part.
No, they didn't. No one.
Oh,
Okay. I was like, damn, I should skip to
I didn't
that
see
part.
that.
One,
Fusco did a real good video on it, but I don't know what he's airing it on.
Mm-hmm.
one of the guys fighting. I wasn't even expecting to run into him, but his name's Sean with SJS Exotics. He was one of the guys fighting, and I guess him his first ball python on Morph Market, like in 2020. It was just cool. It's such a small
Nice.
show up to Tinley, and I was just blown away on how many people I finally met. It was a lot.
All right, Low Life Exotic says you could determine who was an ass man versus a leg man by the placement of their sticker on the mannequin. Would we agree or disagree with this consensus?
No, because Patrick put mine on for me, so I just gave him a sticker.
So
Pat put it on.
All right.
Yeah, Pat cupped it and put it around the butt, so Pat's an ass man.
Hi Viz says common complaint on the silent auction was that it wasn't being pushed and there were so many people in there it was hard to see and there was silent auctions happening.
It was
Did
so
you feel
tight.
like it was really crowded?
It's always like that though. I've only been to a couple of Tinley auctions, and there's always that line to get around all the silent ones.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it seems to be always like that.
Yeah, it was definitely tight. Like you literally had to either front to butt rub or butt to butt rub, and then drag your front across.
Tough choice there.
It was. You had to decide what you wanted to rub on.
I was pretty worn out. I was out in the back, the furthest back corner by the.
Yeah. How much did it cost to get into the charity wrestling match?
$20.
$20.
Yeah.
I'm assuming that was to USARK.
Yeah, they raised 5 G's that night for it.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah, and
That's
then
cool.
if you sponsored one of the fighters, you put your you got your logo on their shorts and whatnot, and then they auctioned the shorts and the mats they wrestled on off that night too. Then at the auction,
Very sticky, I bet.
Yeah.
Nice.
And there was logos on the mats too. I'm trying to think of who had their logo on the mat. There was 6 or 7 logos on the mats, so that was pretty cool.
Would you it's hard to decide which things to do, but would you recommend someone do all of these things if they were attending, or do you think it's I don't know, your agoraphobia will trick in when you see the butt mannequin? I don't know, get the vibe for somebody who's never been. Should they do the auction or the fight or both?
If it's your first Tinley, do all of it.
I wish I would have done it all.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, my opinion is if you're going to go to the biggest national show in the country, do everything. Do it all.
Except for blow off of the hookers.
Well,
that's
our Golden Dragon.
Hey, that's your opinion.
Okay. All right, how many Chris Eaton stickers were sold? Or
oh, jeez.
I didn't even see the Chris Eaton stickers were for sale. I would have bought one.
I didn't either. Same.
Man, they were floating around. I didn't see any for sale or where to get them, but I saw them everywhere.
I saw them on Instagram that someone was selling them. Who was it? Did somebody remember?
I don't know who's selling them.
It's on Chris Eaton's post about it.
I think it was Lizard Morse, the guy who does.
Oh, Luke.
Luke, the other he does Tuesday show with.
Could have been, yeah.
Was he vending or just walking around selling them?
No, not there. I think he was maybe I'm wrong because he's in Australia. Somebody was selling.
He might have made them though, and sent them over here to somebody to sell. But yeah, and then that mannequin leg, I think
we're not good at knowing things. Chat. Oh, Richard says 9K was raised on the wrestling.
Oh, really? Wow.
Oh,
I thought Antoine only said 5 at the auction.
Need to eat too, says Will. I mean, you're right. Fair. Oh, Shane was selling stickers. Corey was selling stickers.
Okay.
I stopped talking, Shane. What the heck? I didn't even see it.
Yeah, I didn't see him at Shane's.
Shame. He's not even here to say first, so he's
this guy.
Doghouse.
He got hopefully he did pretty well.
People already guess I did.
I want to go, but I'm scared that I'm going to drive for 13 hours and then just be like, I'm tired and I don't want to live. You know what I mean? I won't have fun because I'll be too busy being tired.
Because that's why, like, when we had this discussion about the Daytona, you got to come in a day or two ahead of time, unwind, get your mind right, and be ready to just throw down and take pictures and talk and just be around a bunch of smelly reptile people.
Right.
Was
Was it smelling bad?
No, no, Daytona was. Tinley wasn't.
Tinley wasn't too bad.
Daytona was like a sweat box, man. Ooh.
They did have like seminars too on Thursday and Friday.
Mm-hmm.
So
did anybody go to those? The Gecko Symposium?
I didn't make it.
I didn't go to it. No.
Shane sold out day one of stickers. That's why you missed out.
Sweet.
Carpool with someone. They don't have to be in a car with them.
No, you just take all these super chats, put it away in the bank, and then fly out.
Yeah, I mean I feel like that's the answer because then I don't have to like pretend to want to vend because I kind of do because it's better than Arlington, to be honest. But Arlington's like my home show, so it's like easy for me to vend it in hard air quotes, right? But I've vended in Fort Worth anyway, and that's the same distance, so it wouldn't be. It's like the same. It's like a home show, but it would be hard for me to vend Tinley. So if I just assume I'm never going to vend it and I'll just visit, I can just start like internalizing that in my head. If that makes any sense.
What's the drive for you?
I'm pretty sure it's 13 hours.
13? That's only 2 more hours than me. That's not bad.
That's
only
maybe that's
stop. I know I physically can do it, but I don't want to.
Yeah.
You know? I have a life to live, and 13 hours in the car is not how I want to live it. Yeah, it's 13 hours, 20 minutes.
I got 3 hours through cornfields.
Woo.
Woo.
Yeah. Creative said the Gecko Symposium was awesome.
Okay.
We don't do that here. We're in a loving marriage ish.
Just innocent reader.
You know that the meme with the, how do I say this politely? The small blonde actress and the many large actors
on the couch
behind the couch.
Yes.
I've wanted to use that meme hundreds of times to talk about like morphs or ball python breeders. Like I have not one time did it because I'm trying to be good, but I just want everyone to know that I've internalized some sort of morality, but I want to, and I don't know. Maybe we should have a Discord just for that, like off-color memes about people, because sometimes they all like gangbang the same one, and you're like, "Whoa, calm down, buddy." Sorry, let's go back to whatever we were talking about. Okay, I have a question. Everybody always complains about leopard geckos not having enough representation or too much, and it's always the weirdest statement because I'm always like, there's always like maybe one guy that has some on his table, and I'm like, why would you complain that they have too much? But maybe like it's a regional problem. So did you think there was too many leopard geckos or not enough, or just there were some and you weren't that worried about it? It's like the weirdest thing to complain about being too much of it.
Definitely wasn't too much, but I don't think there was too few either. I guess it's just one of those that all my local shows are full of them, so not seeing a ton at Tinley was not bad.
Okay. Really? So all of your shows are full of them. I have no leopard gecko vendors at all at any show I vend, unless they're a flipper and they have some nasty slop, basically.
There's a really great guy in Chicago that breeds like the biggest, fattest leopard geckos I've ever seen, but he doesn't vend Tinley. He just shows up and says hi to everybody and leaves. Aubrey Reptiles. They're amazing. They're like, they don't even fit in your hand. They're
so he breeds like super giants?
They're awesome. I don't know. They're so cool.
That's wild.
He's always next to me at the Midwest show. He's been my neighbor for the past like 3 years.
Yeah, he does have great tri-stripes, but he's always sold out. So what am I supposed to do about it?
He had a couple on his table. I think he had a female and a male.
Or are they RTB?
No.
That's my problem. It's like I waited too long. So my stranger's now like 1,500 grams, and I'm like, All right, I heard there was a fight over by Gecko Junkie on Saturday. Does anybody want to confirm or deny the presence of a fight?
I didn't hear it.
I saw nothing.
Yeah.
I saw nothing.
They all sound like they're pleading the fifth, so...
I was in the lobby. I didn't see shit.
Impeccable Gecko, Dab were there with leopard geckos. That's cool.
I saw a few, but I didn't see a ton. I know Shane had a couple, but...
Right. Every
I
show
didn't
I've been
see
to,
any
there
leopard.
have been like maybe one display on a table of something else. So every time I hear somebody complaining about leopard geckos, I'm like, do you even know what leopard geckos are? Like, are they confusing crested geckos for leopard geckos? Because to me, they're like not dominant and not ruining shows, which is what I hear. I'm like,
There was noticeably fewer crested geckos.
really?
I felt so. I don't know about you guys, but
I haven't been before, but it seemed like there was a lot.
did you? Well, maybe it's just because of March. March, they were everywhere. It didn't seem like they were as frequent.
It might be cooling down a little bit. In March, it was hot. You know, they were super hot.
Did you meet anybody who looked depressed? Like they hadn't sold anything, they weren't happy. You don't have to say their name, but you could blink it in Morse code. But if you didn't want to do that, well, like, what was the jump? Most people have been like, yeah, it was okay. Or I did a little better than I expected, but like, I didn't like sell out. What was that vibe?
I saw it sort of like into Saturday. I noticed a lot of people complaining that they hadn't sold anything. And a lot of like shaking money bags upside down, empty or whatever. So it was rough for some people for sure, but I'm not sure how their Sunday ended up. It was really busy both days, so I'm sure people did well.
That was apparently the fight. Was a couple chicks pulling each other's weaves. That's classy.
I know that the people I talked to at least said that they did better than they were expecting. Though we did have one person that's a wholesale buyer from us that always at the end on Sunday comes by and takes half of what's left. He didn't do that this time. He came by and bought a couple things for his own collection, but didn't do a wholesale buy.
Mm-hmm.
Interesting.
Yeah, leading up to listening to all the different podcasts, it seemed like the expectations were pretty low.
Mm-hmm. I think if you went in it with lower expectations, you were fine, but it's not Tinley 2 years ago.
Right. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
They ain't gonna be that for a while. Mm-hmm. I don't think anybody really looked depressed at their tables, but there was a few that you could tell that were just like Sunday. They were just. Yeah.
I'm gonna tell you, there were people depressed at Arlington. Like they had spent $1,000 to get there, and were depressed, and they were not putting on a brave face anymore because it was like Saturday at noon and nobody was there. So I think it was better to go to Tinley.
Was the attendance low at Arlington?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I heard it was rough.
Yikes. No, I think there was plenty of foot traffic and just plenty of people coming and going, but I think people were just being very selective. You know, they were looking for certain things or were going to certain vendors to look at their certain stock. You know, I don't think there was too much of the just, we're going to go out and see what we can buy type people there.
Yeah, I know somebody mentioned it in the chat earlier, but Wilbanks did a 50% off on Sunday also.
Yeah. Did they do it on Saturday too?
I only saw it Sunday.
I saw it Sunday. I didn't see it Saturday, but
it was like the morning of the signs went up. So it was like from the beginning.
Wow. I heard he jacks his prices up a little bit anyway. So by the time you're halfway off, you're not too far off of the market. But I didn't even look at his prices. I didn't look at his table.
A little bit, but not really. Like it'll be for some days they're kind of off, but like, you know, he'll be like a yellow belly clown might be 20% over market mean, but actually still within like a standard deviation. Mm-hmm. So when he does 50, it actually is a lot hypothetically. But then his high-end stuff, I think, is a little bit overpriced relative, if that makes any sense at all. Like there's like a curve.
Mm-hmm.
So that's how his business model. Whatever. I just like what's the vibe is really important because like you don't if you have to commute and spend 13 hours in a car and bring your animals and spend a bunch on the table, do you want to do Arlington, Tinley, Daytona, Pomona? Like, you could visit all of them, but which one do you want to vend at, I guess, is my question.
I had to visit all of them yet.
Yes.
Tyler says it was 50% off all weekend. So from the beginning.
Wow.
I think there was a lot of animals on his table still Sunday.
He did the whole show. A lot of people were slashing prices on Sunday, though, man. I'll tell you what. I had some people come around to me like, yeah, I just got this and this for that. And I was like, what? Like, who'd you rob? But people were just, I don't know if it was like a last-ditch effort to scramble to make that profit or to just pay for the weekend. I don't know, but there was some pretty cheap things flying around.
Yeah, we didn't cut our prices on Sunday, but we still sold fairly consistently.
Yeah.
Like double recessive projects and some other things.
Mm-hmm.
We had a Xanthic, is a VPI Xanthic G-stripe that's going overseas. They bought it to ship over.
Oh, wow. Very nice.
Korean? Japanese?
No,
European. What? Bulgarian? Romanian? I'm asking like the nationality of the person.
Maybe the Eastern European.
Polish.
Yeah, something. I don't know. It's Eve's something. I can't remember the name of it's Eve's Reptiles or something like that. She was really
all right.
nice.
That's cool.
Yeah,
I love it when Koreans show up in my DMs. That's like my fave.
There was a couple of them buying a stack of geckos next to us on Sunday afternoon.
Yeah, they don't. It's still a lot of processes there, but I'm like, I'll sell you so much core snakes you don't even know. I can't wait till I find it. Or Taiwanese ones. They're fun.
I'll be right back.
All right. No problem. We're just having fun. It's sort of winding down here. Yeah, that was a joke sign because he stole it.
Yeah.
That's my understanding.
Yeah, he's putting it on everybody's table.
Do you think people... Okay, I have a new question, and you can just speculate away. Do you think people are too price, like slashy? Like there's a Morph Market price and a show price and like this crazy like extra depressed show price that's happening. That's not even on Morph Market. Like, and I'm like, and that person will take that depressed show price and bring it to Morph Market and like dump the market 50% by themselves because they've just taken it to too many shows. Do you think people are like legitimately too depressed or they just have too much stuff? What's going on? What's the vibe?
Absolutely. I mean, it's definitely happening. Or if it maybe they're like they take it to one show and it didn't sell at that one show and they started slashing right away. They didn't want to put years into it.
Right. Which is fun. I don't know. I wish people would try to do more shows or something. Keep it up for 3 to 6 months, and then wholesale or whatever. But it's like it feels like they're not even old animals necessarily. They're not sitting on 2022 inventory. They're just like, fuck it, 60% off right away. And I'm like,
but my opinion's coming from somebody that doesn't do it for a living, so I can sit on them. I only do like one show every other month locally. So if I don't see
a lot of shows, technically.
Yeah. So if one doesn't go at a show and it's a show animal, like something that's just a basic Kodam het, then I sit on it for 2 months. But that doesn't bother me. I breed my own rats, and
right.
But for somebody that does it full time that needs to keep lights on, I get it.
Yeah.
Justin sold out. So
yeah, that's what I was saying too, is that I saw a lot of animals on this table on Sunday.
Yeah.
Do you think it was because they were like even more increased in price than even like the website and then 50% it off?
The pictures that I saw, the prices were high. The original prices were pretty high.
Okay, that's possible. Like there's actually like 2 prices. Like
yeah, and there's still a lot of DG stuff, and I think the DG stuff was a little slow this year.
Yeah, definitely slowed down.
I price checked his prices on his table to his Morph Market. Ones I checked, they were the same. They were the same price.
All right, fair.
Yeah. Okay, so it was a true 50% off then.
All right. Is there any vendor that was there that isn't you that you would like to shout out? Because we're at the end of our time, sort of, that you want people to go to keep them from being depressed. Check out their Morph Market or IG them that you saw there. You thought they had great stuff, or they're your buddy or whatever. You can shout out yourselves, but I was trying to like
share. I was not a vendor there. I was just helping, but no.
I ran into a Pac Northwest vendor that was actually at Tinley.
Were they vending?
Yeah, they got called like 5 days before the show and drove out there. They're from California. It's Snakeful Grace.
Oh yeah.
Oh,
nice. That's a
hike.
Kind of
cool running into a vendor you vended with before.
That's wild. Yeah, all the way out there. I really liked a lot of the animals that Ken had on his table from Primal Scales. He had some really nice bongo clown combos, and I really enjoyed his table. And Pat from Dragon Soul, he had some nice animals there, some ultramalpides, 100% had hypos, so some double visuals. But I think out of all of them, I think that somebody that I met those guys before, but I've never seen Ken's animals. But somebody that was new that I've never met before was Chris from Epic Styles. I don't know if it's Epic Style Reptiles or Epic Style Morphs. I would look it up.
Z? Am I making that up?
Is what?
With his like Epic Styles with a Z?
Ooh, that's a good question. I don't know. He's got a real colorful Instagram logo. He has an afro out of control. Sometimes it's tied back, sometimes it's this side, but he's on IG. Epic Style. I think it's Epic _ He was a really cool guy to chat with and meet, and he's just a good energy all around. And I think he does like kids animal shows and stuff like that. So he's definitely somebody good to have, in the industry and whatnot.
I like people who do the actual hard work of this industry, which is like convincing people to like things,
They're
so
getting new
I like
kids
it.
involved. Yeah. I'll see if I can look it up here. Epic Style, all one word.
Why not LLC?
Yep, Epic Style LLC, all one word. It's like a rainbow instinct symbol.
All right, that's fun. We love that.
Yeah, he's got a real cool look there, but good vibes, dudes.
We'll follow that guy.
Dude's really good for the industry so far.
We love shout outs. He does lychees mostly?
He's got all kinds of stuff, man. Yeah.
Geckos.
All right, sweet.
Did you guys see Will in his wig?
Oh my God. Every time I see that wig, you see it right there? Yeah.
Wow. That's something.
He got that drip. I lost it.
What was the occasion for the wig?
I think it's funny skit or whatever.
They're just having fun? Okay. Look, stop it. No more tits.
All right.
Tits are canceled.
It's that like button. All right.
Y'all are have to take off your socks off now.
All right.
There was an albino Eastern blue time?
All right, another
crazy.
Powder. You got to see this cleavage.
Woo.
Oh, yeah.
I want to see it.
I need like a bear sound effect. Anytime like sorry. That's so weird. I'm so sorry. Okay.
That sound bite.
Thanks, Pie to Joy. And yeah, I like it. I think I like the silver better, where you have like the gray fading into the black. But
the melanistic.
I'll take a pair of any of them. Easy.
I also I got to talk to Darian. He's actually from Portland, where I'm from.
Oh, wow.
Does he live under an overpass?
What's that?
Was he from an overpass, like living under an overpass? I'm just curious.
Right. I have to see Portland nowadays.
Yeah.
But
it's expensive.
Man, he just opened up a reptarium and like super, super low so everybody can come and
that's cool. Did you like him? I'm just gonna ask you straight up. Sorry.
No, yeah, I like him. We sat and talked for it was me and Q Ball. We sat and talked like 30 minutes or something. He's a good dude.
This is not a real question, but I have to ask it. Did you like touch beard tips?
I don't think he was into that.
Okay.
I would have been okay with it.
Right. It's like a Pacific Northwest. Oh, it's a kid. Hi.
You wanted to say hi, sorry.
Yeah, I love it. We're normal
Baby
people,
friendly.
I think.
We kiss babies and smell them.
Hell yeah. All day. Love babies. All right. It sounds like it was a good show despite the economy or whatever. So everybody, would you recommend vending, attending, or both? And then we'll finish this puppy off.
First time I recommend attending.
Attending.
Right. First time.
Yeah, just attend it first. Any kind of big show like that. Like I said, I got thrown in the last minute, but it wasn't like a whole setup. I just brought a little rack. I didn't have to set anything else up. So it's a lot when you got to set everything up. But check them out. I say attend.
All right. One last weird question for you, Chris. What was it like vending next to Adam?
It wasn't
He strikes me
too,
as slightly anal retentive.
a little bit, but not too bad.
I'm
He
kidding,
stayed with us.
Adam. Sort of.
He stayed with us too at the Airbnb, so it wasn't bad. He tolerated the kids, and
That's good.
he is very he knows what he wants and he has his way of setup. But it was kind of like flying in the coattails, but at the same time, like I sponsor his channel and like it was it was good. Everybody came through. Some recognized me, some recognized him, and we talked back and forth and introduced
Yeah,
people.
Adam's
So.
a great guy. I just like to make fun of him a little bit.
Oh yeah, I know he's got his ways. He stays on track though. He's very not strict, but very what's the word I'm looking for? Like streamlined.
Procedural?
Streamlined. Like he does it.
Well, good. That's better than half these fucking slots.
Yeah. No, he does it.
Here's
he does
my
it and does it.
Plastic dollar store tablecloth I just bought and dragged it out.
Yeah, no corners cut.
All right. So that's an A+ approval for Tinley to at least attend once in your life, maybe all the time, and vend maybe one day if you want. So I love it. Thank you for coming on, everybody. Thank you, Marshall, who was on earlier for fun. So if you missed him, go back. And thank you for all the insane super chats. If you want the booby timestamp, I don't know where that is. You'll have to find yourself. You'll have to scroll back there. That's all you're getting for now. $100. I don't know what'll happen. That's it. All right, let's all say bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye, everybody.
Bye.